supposed to be off the clock at 5. You can do it tomorrow. Okay, you can do it tomorrow. So, y'all, I wanted to discuss something that I have discussed before. And it was interesting because yesterday, while I was scouting to look for something that was worth listening to, I came across this lady. It was a lady and some guy, and they were talking, about what they're finding in males that are 30 plus, 30 and 40 years old. Some of them around that 30 something age, 40, and they're finding that a lot of men, I don't know where they got the statistic from, but they're saying that a lot of these men are not able to perform um, functions in the bedroom. And a lot of it has to do with overstimulation, with watching porn and all of these other type of things that you ain't supposed to be doing. See, I'm trying to tell you, there is a reason why God honors marriage. There is a reason why he tells you not to look at perverse things and stay away from it. But that's a whole nother talk. So I was really kind of blown away at the statistics when you have 40-year-olds or 30 something plus men and 40 something plus men that's been parading this whole agenda that once you hit a certain age, you're worthless. Basically saying that the women are not worth any daggone thing. I have to start doing. I keep saying this and I don't know why. I might as well just go ahead and do this and do the video. Yeah, yes. Go around me. Go around me, Speedy Gonzalez. Go around me now. You in a rush to go nowhere. Go on. So I have to say this because I just found it like very like wow. So the whole time y'all been pushing this agenda to basically go off on women that are over 30. I'm talking about 20, 35 50 and your what is it that they say your have gone down. What did they say? Not worthiness, but what is the term that they're using? Your value have gone down, like as if you are like a house or something like that, like as if you are like a bottle of wine or something like that, fine wine grows better in time. My father will always tell me that. And if you're gonna get some really good champagne, it has to be the old champagne, but see gray hair, receding hairlines, looking like somebody's uncle, looking like we used to be on the playground together, um, talking about telling a woman that your value has gone down, but my value has gone up. And I'm like, but now they just y'all you and your crew, y'all not functioning in the bed like you used to. Again, I'm not on that other side of the fence because you already know Mona's straight out. I can't date. What if you true? Your worth doesn't go down because you got older. Everybody has to come out the womb. Your clock starts ticking. Your clock was ticking when you were in the womb, when you were growing. Okay, it doesn't mean that. And then the thing that I really hate about these guys is that they promoted so much, but didn't China promote like if you didn't have a boy, then you're not enriched. Your boy is going to bring richness. And you know what China stupid behinds did? They were killing their daughters. They were killing their newborn daughters. They were aborting babies and leaving them on the side of the road. And then all of a sudden, Houston, we got a problem. What's the problem? We got more boys that turn out to be men. Now they're men and they have no women to marry. Well, thank your mother and your father and your grandparents for that one, because nobody thought that all the way out. So now we go back to these fools that are out here telling women that at 25 and 30, 40, your value ain't nothing. And it's like looking at a really, you're going to tell her value is nothing, but you get no too. It's like a 40-year-old man telling a 40-year-old woman your value is nothing because you're older. Like as if you're exempt from going to the grave. Like as if you're not aging every single day. Like as if you're not dealing with aging pains and you're not getting gray hairs and you think you still got it. Okay, but you still gonna die. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So the mere fact that these statistics came out about these 30, 40 plus year old men that aren't able to perform, and I'm like, wait, but wait a minute, y'all been sitting up here promoting this whole, oh, look at her, she's old. And I've been seeing a lot of old bashing videos of grown men. This is when I know I'm living in the last days. I never thought that I would see a bunch of men straight go on women. I've been seeing it everywhere, and I'm like, I'm in a twilight zone. Many used to talk about things interesting, especially amongst other men. They have better things to talk about, maybe the game, or working on something, or coming up with a new method or business plan or something. Not talking about a woman's look and her essence, or I don't know. Like I've been seeing this a lot lately. I've been seeing a lot of men loving going on women. I've been seeing a lot of men promoting this. Men, let me tell you something, man. You are the prize. I'm like, wait a minute. The Bible good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It don't say nothing up in there about a woman after a man and find, it don't say that. So now we have gotten to the time where men are literally lovers of them freaking selves. I'm the prize. You better be glad that you in my midst. You better be glad that you are in my presence. You better be glad that you are in front of me. I can dog you as much as I can, but guess what? I'm a man. No, that's bull. So I love the dude Kevin Tate. Now, I'm pronouncing his name right. His name is Kevin Tate, right? Or Tate, whatever you want to. Some of the stuff he say is cool, but you know what? What he hasn't gotten, or what he has not learned, he has not learned. Adultery is adultery, fornication is fornication, and you too, sir, with all of your philosophies, can land yourself in hell. You haven't even learned how to deal with the woman that you married. If you can't master the original woman that you married, how are you even fit to teach? You could talk about all of this, and you know what? You know one thing he said is, I was dating a girl, and I was dating this girl, and she found out that I had a kid on the way, and she was so upset, so really upset, and she asked me, "Did you have a kid?" And I said, "Yeah." And so she was really upset. So she calls all the other girls and let them know that, I'm such a this, that, and the third because I got kids. And there was one girl who called. It was like, that's okay. I'm willing to make a family. And because she said that, I said, yeah, you're the one. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with your philosophy here? Where's your wife, dude? Adultery is adultery. Fornication is fornication. I don't care if you've been lifting weights for 500 years and you got a back that look like Hulk out here. If you're committing adultery, you can still land. Not you can still. You're gonna land yourself in hell. You're not exempt from that. And that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all going around here and you giving false pretense. You're basically telling guys, as long as you look fly, you can have sex with whoever you want to have sex to and don't have any type of commitment whatsoever. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But just like what one thing Tate said is, he can have sex with a woman and he not be connected to that woman. She can be emotionally, but I'm not emotionally. And I'm like, you think that God is going to be like, okay, yeah, we can walk you through the pearly gates? I think not. I think not. You're so disconnected that you don't even care about who you lay down with. You don't even care about how that affected that person, what type of outcome or the road that they're going to go down because they had dealings with you. Although you say, I'm not even thinking about that. And the whole time she's thinking about that. And what do you think God is thinking about? Because he said, thou shalt not commit adultery. And you out here just humping like a rabbit. And they're going to have a nerve to be giving some type of sexual advice to somebody. You can't sit up here and be humping all of these women and then look at the younger ones and then say, what do you mean you got a 20,000 body count? That's not ladylike. And they're laughing and giggling at you like, whatever, old man. And you're sitting up here catering to that, but you're not even handling your own business, your own wife. None of that. It doesn't make sense to me. I guess it's the blind leading the blind. But if I hear one more person talking about you 30 and 40-year-olds and you 50-year-olds and you 60-year-olds, your your worth has gone. What did he say? Your value has gone down. Value. Have you noticed the men these days? Value. Have you looked at the men these days? Hold on, y'all. Thank you so much. You're so nice to let me over. Have you looked at the men these days? You know, even the women too. Like I feel sorry for the boys out there, for the young men out there that's trying to look for a wife. Even the women out there, I'm not gonna lie, like these women are like major thoughts. I mean, I'm not gonna say all of them, but I've seen and heard some things online, and I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? Why? Wait a minute. To your discretion. But that's on both ends. You can't tell somebody that they have to sustain from something and the whole time you out there doing you. You can't tell somebody that your value goes down when you hit a certain age, but you're that age. And you got to be very careful, especially the men that's out here promoting this mess. And the reason why I say that is because, crap, let me get over here before somebody look like somebody got in a car accident there. You got to be careful. You got to be very careful. You got to be really careful. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew Tate. Jordan Peterson. Isn't Jordan Peterson? That's that psychologist, right? He's a professor, isn't he? Yeah, but Andrew Tate he'll be so freaking quick to be like your value. And I don't know if that's his cousin or his brother. They'll be like, first of all, and they always want to bring up this card. First of all, your value. And I'm like, first of all, sir, you look like you was on the playground with me too. You look like if I play some of the music that I know from back in the day, you'll be knowing every word for it too. You got gray hair, receding hairline. So, okay, if I'm auntie, you uncle. So shut it up, okay? Now I get it. Y'all trying to be in there like swimwear and keep up with these youngins all you want to. But with the body counts that these young ladies are talking about, they've been out here sleeping around 1,500 men, and you think that's cute? You think that's cute? The same thing for the men too. Ain't nothing cute about that. I can lay with a bunch and baby, I don't mean no harm. But the juice is real out here. The monkey is real out here. Don't nobody want to hear that. The minute you talk about you sleeping with everybody, your value went down. The minute somebody finds out that you got married and you're divorced, your value went completely out the daggone window. What the hell are you even doing in the dating pool, sir? You're committing adultery. Your hands off limits. You are freaking walking hex, a curse. What is up with this person? Like, why are you on me? Go around, go around, go around, go around. Look like you riding a day. You pushing a daggone hearse out here. Volvo need to come up with a better daggone body style. Anywho, this person in a rush to go nowhere. Sorry, y'all. But you get what I'm saying. So when I'm listening to this, I'm just like, really? So they come up with these statistics now talking about 30, 40 plus. Some of these men can't even perform. Whose fault was that, looking at porn all day long? But they don't want to bring out those statistics and those facts. And I think that's horrible. So in a nutshell, number one, you shouldn't be spreading these false lies that when you hit a certain age, you're no longer worth. Your value has gone down because number one, if you have daughters, your daughters are going to be 25, 30, 45, 50, 60. They are going to get older too. And remember Sarah in the Bible, she was old, but she was still a bad mama jamma, okay? She had kings trying to get at her. And God had to tell the king, you better not touch her, for she is the wife of another. And she was old by the time she had her baby. I think she was like 100 or something. I don't even know. She was old. Okay. But bottom line is this, is that no man and no woman has the right to tell you what your value is. Your value is just not, your value is just now. Who do you think you are? Your value has gone down. It's like if we had self-esteem bubble poppers around here, we got these dudes going after 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and 70-year-olds. Nobody back in their day, back in when they were their age, would dare say that to another woman. But these dudes are so bold that they're going around here with capes and stuff, trying to tell you that when you're 40 years old, your value has gone down. If you have kids, okay, but you have kids too, but I'm different. I'm different. No, you're not. You're a dad. You're a dad, and then when your kids get older and they have children, you'll be a grandfather. And when they get older and have children, you'll be a great grandfather. You'll be walking around with a daggone cane with your back hunched over, gray as all get up. And let you hit 100 years old, you're going to look like the Grim Keeper too. You're going to look like that. What was that thing off of that skeleton that used to laugh and be like, ah! What was that? The Friday the 13th looking thing, creature. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You're gonna get old too, sir. You're going to get old. Like who told you that you're not going to get old? I mean, these people feel like if I can hurt your self-esteem by saying, oh, 30, 40-year-olds, your value has gone down, and just be pointing the fingers and laughing. Sir, you're old too. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're old too. You're not exempt. Trust me, everybody got their day when death is going to come knocking at your door, whether you leave out of here early or whether you leave out here old age. You don't know how you're going to be when you're a senior citizen. You don't know if you're going to go out from a heart attack peacefully in your sleep or dementia and the Lord come back. You don't know. But the mere fact you sitting up here pointing the finger like you're old, you're old. You're Your value has gone down. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Stop it. You're going to find yourself 40 years from now looking 70 something, 80 something, 90 something years old. Like, man, what the heck was I talking about? I got news for y'all. In the next 100 years, none of us going to be here. None of us. That's a crazy reality. Me, you, and the daggone 20-year-old won't be here in the next 100 years. You know what I mean? So stop it. But it really just pisses me off because you have a lot of people that's they're they're feeling some type of way when 30 comes around. They're feeling some type of way when 40 comes around. They're feeling some. I'm gonna be very honest with you, and I think I shared this with y'all. My 21st birthday, I was like, what to expect? I was already really drinking before I was 21 years old, so they didn't even card me when I was like, yeah, you're gonna card me, right? They was like, nope. And I'm like, see, because I did stuff before my time. When I hit 25, I felt some type of way. I felt like I'm getting old. I'm 25, I'm just getting old. 30, I felt some type of way. 31, 32, 33, I was just like, oh, but hey, 30's 30. But 40, for the first time, 40 was one of my best, not one of my, it was my best birthday. I felt very comfortable with myself. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I'm gonna deal with, and I know what I'm not. I'm too old for peer pressure, and I ain't doing that. Been there, done that. I done learned. I got more experience. You see what I'm saying? So my value and my odds have gone way up because of the things that I've gone through. So I can truly, honestly say my brain is clicking and be like, no, we ain't doing that. So it amazes me when people are like, I have more things to talk about, more conversations to talk about. The things that I talk about, an average 30, 40-year old, a 40-year old, 30-year old, they would understand. A 20-year old would probably be like, huh? What's that? What's that mean? Huh? You know what I mean? So the conversation is totally different. I can have a conversation with the 50-year-old, a 60-year-old. You get my drift? So I'm grateful to be in the age that I am in. And no, I don't want to be in, I would not. I remember asking one of my cousins this question. I'm like, if you could choose to be 25 again, would you? I wouldn't. I would not choose to be 25. I would not be 25. If my body was like that back then, maybe. But to be honest with you, booty is like the new cleavage any daggone way. Like you young girls out here, y'all competition is men. You don't know whether your man is into you or him. So the days have definitely changed. So I'm not even wanting to be a part of what's going on right now because y'all theme of fun and what you got going on and even y'all communication is totally off. See, our communication used to be you call somebody on the phone or you send them a note, can I have a chance? Or you went out to the movies and you met up at the mall. See, we were the generation where you went out and you played on the playground. You came in the house when the street lights came on. And you better have went up in there because my mama was gonna come out there looking for us, and then everybody was gonna start joning because your mama got her house dress on and woo woo woo. So we went running in the house. I had a great time in my younger years, and I wouldn't change it for anything. High school homecoming queen, cheerleading, and we did. I was a flyer too, so we actually moved. Nowadays, I'm not saying all of the entire 20 something year olds and 19 and 17-year olds are lazy, but some of them are. Majority of them are. They don't know what it is to do chores and get paid for it. Or you somebody telling you did a good job and you really did earn those wages. My first job at 14 years old, I was flipping burgers at Mickey D's. That was my very first job. Okay. Some of these youngins, they think, they call you up on the phone, Auntie, can I get some couple of dollars? And I'm like thinking to myself, ain't nobody been over here doing no yard work. We had chores. We had chores. So far as I'm concerned, like no, I wouldn't wanna go back to when I was 25 because when I was 25, I was high as a kite. I was high. I was getting high every day. And my crew was called the Smoke Ass. So we smoked every single day. Half of the stuff I can't even remember because we was just so daggone high. Would I want to go back to them times? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Drinking, hangovers the next day, trying to get ready for work, smelling like marijuana, and then trying to spray it down with some cheap perfume. Absolutely not. No. You know what I'm saying? I think the best Like when I really started getting everything in order was in my 30s. And now, like my 40s, I got a different perspective on a lot of things, but people try to tell, not me, but people try to tell those who are in their 40s, your value has gone down. How dare you, sir? How dare you even try to tell me my value has gone down? Let me tell you, this globe is so big. There's so many people that you can speak to and talk to. It don't have to be in your backyard. There's a lot of lonely men out here too in their 40s and 50s and on in 30s that would just like a conversation with somebody. you know. But when people start to put this thing like you're not anything when you hit 30 and 40, well, what about those young ladies that are about to hit, that are approaching 30? Some of them just hit 20s and already dreading their 30s because you got people like Tate running around here saying you ain't worth a daggone thing once you hit a certain age. Who told this person this? Who told this person this? And then the crazy part about it is, if I was in my 20s, I would look at Tate and all of them other dudes like, y'all old. When I was in my 20s, I didn't date nobody that was older than me. I wouldn't. They had to be like a couple of years older. But I didn't date anyone. It was this one guy, but he lied about his dad. He lied about every daggone thing. But it was always a pet peeve of mine. Like when I was in my 20s, dating somebody older. Oh, they just old. You know what I mean? Like you don't even want to. What is this? Oh, that's that side right there. Okay, but you get my drift. So nowadays, it's just I'm getting tired of hearing this over and over again. 30-year-olds, your your value. Don't tell me y'all still talking about that guy that died, right? You know how he was the one who put the value meter on everybody. Where the heck did okay? Where did this police officer come from? If these roads are blocked, where in the heck did that police officer come from? He must be a ghost cop. He ain't even tell me, ma'am, you need to go back. And I knew not to go this way. I just thought maybe they might have it open. Yeah, so I can't do these folks. Every time I turn around, your value is just not in your value. But now the statistics have come out about the 30 and 40-year-olds. And I was looking through the comments. And somebody gonna have a nerve to be like, well, at least I can steal such and such. And so basically saying I'm a woman that's older, but at least I can still, do me. And then somebody gonna post, pen has nothing to do with this. And I'm like, people are awful. But that's because you start to push this narrative, like when you're old, you're worthless. You'll never be able to find anybody. You'll never be able to find love. It's a done deal for you. Never mind about Sarah. Never mind about Abraham when they were praying and they wanted a son and they were old. Never mind about, the beauty of that story was that they were both old and God still told them, I'm still going to bless you with your own seed. Never, you want us to bypass that and just say, oh, life is over after you hit 30. After you hit 30, you're dried up, you're like a shrivel. There's nothing good is going to happen to you because you're old as the hills. Who in the right mind? Who? Who has decided to I know who, but daggone it. Like, what entities and evil spirits are y'all conjuring up and talking to say, hey, this is what you need to tell people? I've never seen this before. And now it's like I see men on these platforms, and it's like they get off by saying it over and over again. They get off by saying it over and over again. I'm like, sir, you said that last time. You know what they say, a woman in her 30s and her 40s, her value has gone down. That's an instigating hating dude right there. You just want to put it out there. Don't look at the woman in her 30s and her 40s because her value has gone down. Who the hell are you, sir? As long as you still got life on this earth, breath in that daggone body, and you ain't no corpse, how you gonna tell somebody their value has gone down? How? That is only to that is a smoke. Those are smoke mirrors to put someone else down so they can make themselves feel good. I gotta put you down and then I'm gonna make myself feel good. Your value has gone down because you are 40, you are 30, you're not married, you don't have any children. I mean, y'all already see the statistics. You already saw what was going on. And if you think for one moment it has anything to do with the age, number one, we got folks that's misgendering pronoun in themselves. We got men leaving wives so they can put on pantyhose and heels. Then we all dealing with fornication and adultery is on the rise. And Mr. Tate, you got something to do with that too, because weren't you married? But yet Candace Owens was sitting up there, he smiling, like as if, he was married at one point in time. Where's his wife? That's one of the biggest issues of why people aren't in relationships nowadays. Because they have set the tone for cool to dump your wife and your husband. It's cool to keep dating and get rich and just keep dating. Never mind, you could be looking good, but your piece or your box is corrupt, the statistics and all of that. But y'all so quick to talk about body counts. Older men that are in their 30s and who are in at a certain age, once you get a certain age, you too old. But you're the oldest at the table. There's also, I heard about an actor, and I really like this guy, Leo DiCaprio. I don't know if it's true or not, but don't he dump his girlfriends once they hit like 23 or something like that? Like they're an age like 25 or 23, like he would dump them and go to somebody else. Like he only dates them when they're young. He would love you regardless. And his expectations, especially for husbands, is for you to love your wife no matter what age she is. And it doesn't matter if you met your wife when she's in her 30s or her 40s or her 50s or her 60s. Every person got a right to be loved. Okay. But for folks to be putting out here like your value ain't jack, some men can see something in an older woman that they just can't get or see in a younger woman. Okay. And vice versa. Some women may prefer to be with an older man. Some women may prefer to be with a younger man. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Male and female, it doesn't matter as long as it's right, legit. It ain't adultery. It ain't fornication. And it's not a blasphemy. It's not an abomination. So I don't understand where people get off with this. And there has been times where folks dated somebody younger and found out, man, I can't. This nah, that's not up to my speed. And some people find out like, no, that's a little bit too slow. You got to go with your own pace. But to sit up there and tell somebody, when you get a certain age, when you get a certain age, your worth is you're not there no more. Well, who done made you the age patrol? And y'all know what? I didn't realize this until later on, but I went to the grocery store, right? A guy was with his girlfriend or lady, I don't know, a black guy. I don't know if he was with, I guess it doesn't even matter. But he was with like, I don't know who he was with, but he was with a woman and she was, putting her up her groceries. And I could tell that they were an interracial couple. Not hating, I don't care, do you, boo. I love to see man and a woman together. I don't give a daggone what race you are, okay? So I was putting my groceries in, and he came from the back. Like cause she was putting her stuff on, and I'm moving my thing, and he gonna point at me like, you need to put it right here. And it was more like, I said, well, thank you for pointing. And then he go to clerk. She said, I know, right? I don't know what that was all. That was called, I need to get your attention. I don't even know why you had to disrupt what I was going on, but that was called, I need you to see what I got going on here. So I got to get your attention by telling you what to do. And I said, some people, something's wrong with folks because I'm not even there. Like whatever y'all got going on, that's what y'all got going on. But when you start bossing other people that ain't your woman around. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. But I know that some people, in other words, you're mixing yourself up with something that don't got nothing to do with you. Worry about your own life in your own lane. Stop going around telling people that when you hit 40, you ain't jack. Because I guarantee you, Mr. Tate, you know, when you go before the Lord, He's gonna allow you to feel all of those people that you basically stirred them in the direction of trying to, I'm not gonna say peer pressuring them to think the way you think, but maybe it could have been a couple of women out there who all of a sudden hit 30 and 40, and then all of a sudden never had low self-esteem, but started to get low self-esteem because of what you said. See, your daughter, Tate, your daughter one day is going to be 40 years old. She's going to be 40 years old. And if she goes to you and say, Dad, I'm getting up there, what are you going to say? Well, I'm sorry, your value is gone. Like, what the hell? You know? Yeah, well, I saw on, I don't know which show it was, but he converted over Christianity. Thank you. It's really thank you. It's really warm. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I've been, like I said, you gonna. It's a lot of guys out there though. There's this one guy, and I thought he was cool to listen to because he talks about financing and you know how to get your money up. But then he started going left wing, and he went on this woman and was like, "Look at her with her dookie braids." I'm like, "What the hell? Am I in the Twilight Zone?" See, this is why I love being old school. This is why I love being old school. You know why? Because back in my day, now I get a chance to say that. Back in my day, men don't talk about women. They open up doors, may ask, what you drinking on, what you eating on, how's your day going, small talk, he laughing, all right, have a good day. See, those are gentlemen, you know? Like I've never seen a group of hating men in my entire 41 years of living. These dudes got more hating. I'm like, I haven't, the hatred for women is beyond. It is literally a spiritual thing. It's like the devil got up in them and their demons and just start going ham in on women. Like you despise these women. You despise them. Like the man who got shot when he was telling, he told the lady, you say one more word, you say, well, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna knock. He has so much hatred. He ended up knocking her out, all right, but he got two barrels put right up in him by her son. Number one, she should have learned just to, man, get that much anger. Just shut up, man. But I guess she was just like whatever. And he really had that much anger in her. When a man purposely goes out his way to put down the opposite sex or to say something to an entire generation of women, this is not just you're talking about women, you're saying the entire generation of 30 and 40-year-olds. Something ain't right with you, sir. I mean, I get it. You getting older and you want to make yourself feel good and sexy. So now, which I just don't understand. Them same 40-year-olds that are your age, you were dating them. You were dating them in high school. You was in love in middle school. You know, and then in college, you was throwing it up with them. And then as y'all both got a little older, you tied the knot, maybe had a couple of kids, and then all of a sudden, the growth never stopped. It's just all of a sudden you took a step back and tried to say your value has gone down and mine has gone up. Who told you that? Is there anywhere in the Bible where it says that men values have gone up more than women? Is there anywhere in the Bible where it says that? There's nowhere in the Bible where it says when a woman gets older, her value is gone. She needs to be kicked to the side and then he can have a couple of young wives. It does not say that in the Bible. The Bible does say to remember your wife of your youth, though. The Bible does say that you're one flesh with your wife until death, though. The Bible says you marry another, you commit adultery. Y'all out here sitting up here, and then you wonder why marriages aren't thriving, like they're not, like the husband and the wife ain't together, because you got fools like that trying to tell you your wife, as soon as she gets a certain age, you're no longer desirable. Well, then how many husbands do you think you've been ringing that into their ears about? You get what I'm saying? Somebody could be listening to you like, you're right. My wife is 40. She's no longer desirable. Let me just kick her to the curb. Or let me just tell her every single day. And Miss Candace, I do listen to Candace, but you was wrong for this one, honey. Talking about when women forget when they get a certain age, they stop working out and doing that, baby. Bye. Stop it. Have you a couple of babies, and you gonna find your freaking stomach gonna look like a kangaroo pouch out here. Okay, y'all. True story. Listen to this. So this young girl, she was like, maybe I said young girl, young lady. She was like 20. I think she said she's 25. She said, I gotta get ready to go because the doctors told me I have to get my she said the doctors told her she gotta go get this thing done to her stomach. I said, oh, so you gonna get like a tummy tuck, huh? And she was like, and I said, please don't get that lipo whatever is done, that band or whatever, because I knew a couple of folks that died because of that. She was like, no, but I gotta get something to my stomach. I'm like, you look fine, y'all. I lie to you not. That girl, that lady, that young lady, that 25-year-old, she lifted her stomach up. I mean, lift her shirt up. I was, it ain't funny, but I was like, when is your appointment? Like, baby, you need that. Her stomach looked so strong. I'm like, how big was that baby, honey? You would have thought you was carrying a 60-pounder up in there, the way your skin stretched out. So Candace talking about you need to go work out, honey. It ain't look, but I saw it ain't to me. She could have did 1 million crunches in a day. That skin wasn't going nowhere. So Candace, you need to be quiet because you don't know what you talking about. So you freshly married. When you freshly married, you be like, our marriage is gonna last. That's how I used to be. Everything is just fun. But both of you have to, all right? The marriage is permanent. You don't get a chance to divorce because his leg looked the size of a daggone tree trunk. You don't get a chance to divorce because now all of a sudden your wife is 500 pounds. You married a human being that's not perfect, okay? So you don't get a chance to do all of that. And sometimes that can happen. You can sit up here and be having baby after baby, and you popping them middles, and all of a sudden you trying to figure out where the heck did these stretch marks come from. You dig? Let me go up in here real quick, y'all. I'm just saying. Because let me tell you, when I saw homegirl's stomach, I said, I went from, girl, you don't need no surgery to, when is your appointment? When is your appointment? And no, shit, her husband shouldn't say, well, she gained weight and I don't like her stomach. I don't like those extra roly polies. You have no. People better watch what they say because the enemy be listening and say, oh, so you, oh, especially when you pregnant because you turn into a transformer. Nose, hips, everything, lips, all that's big. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. But these folks, they going around here giving you lessons. I gotta go up here. I know I shouldn't, but I really want to go up in here. They're giving you lessons. Your worth is not the same anymore. Your value has gone down. It's just my what has gone down. The last time I looked, shoot, what are you talking about? My value went up, honey. What are you talking about? Do you know what board I'm on? Do you know what mountain I'm on? The heck you talking about? Somebody tell this dude to be quiet. Go sit down and tell me my value has gone down. You out your rabbit mind. And y'all be taking that too, and they like to sell it. They say your value. The devil is a liar. That's why y'all gonna be lonely, chasing after them there going some women with all these freaking body counts, wondering why your tools ain't working like they used to, you know. Y'all, let me go in here real quick. Yeah, and it does go both ways. Men don't, I don't see anything wrong with an older man, a mature man, and a mature woman. There's nothing wrong. You got two mature people. They definitely gonna know what to do when something happens. They both gonna act mature about it. saying I'm not saying these youngins. I'm not saying these whippersnappers. Yes, I am that auntie. I'm not saying these whippersnappers don't know what they talking about, but some of them don't even know how to talk. Some of them they mumbling. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Some of them don't know what they talking about. They don't even know what a bill is. I literally had to go on that young girl today. But I just don't know. And I'm looking at this little girl. Where's your mommy? Hello. She can barely talk. And I'm asking, what's your name? And I can barely even understand what she's saying. I'm looking through her book bag to see maybe she got an address in there. I'm looking through her coat to see maybe she got an address on that. She had a little thing on the front of her, like a little card. And my co-worker was able to turn the card around and see her mother's number on the back. And I'm like, whoo, so I called the number. Mama ain't answering the phone. An hour go by, somebody from the school, I didn't even know she was from the school, but she asked me, was I somebody? And I was like, no. And she came in the office and was like, this is the little girl right here. And she was like, this is the little girl we were looking for. And I said, well, we're looking for her mother. Mother come up in there. I see this thing. And I said, so you were supposed to be at the bus stop and you weren't there to pick your baby up. You didn't answer your phone. I was, y'all, I forgot. I was like, she was my niece. You ain't answer your phone. That baby didn't have no address in her. She don't even know your number. She tried to know her number by heart. You didn't answer. She knew where her grandmother stayed at, but nobody was home. I said, so this is what we do. We leave kids. Well, I thought that the bus was supposed to be. No, you were supposed to wait there before the bus got there. And you waited there until everybody got off the bus. You don't just show up and think it's Metro, boo. That pissed me off today. I was like, you didn't even. She was just like, And I was like, I'm just thinking, I said, you better be glad you walked up in here because I was this close to call Child Protective Services. Because how you gonna leave this baby? You know, the whole time I'm looking at this child and I'm like, she's just as sweet as a button. But where your child is gonna be. And of course, you know, when I told my folks what went down, they said it's a young girl. I said, mm-hmm. You know, I'm not saying all them youngins be acting like that, these youngins, but come on. You little that other little girl had to be like 8 years old, walking a 4 year old. Get out of here. And I had to tell that baby, I said, I know you need to I told the other baby, I said, I know you need to go home because I know your mama probably looking after you. So make sure you, honey, you make it in the house. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, people got their own whatever's don't got nothing to do with me. I'm grateful to be 41 years old. Keep them numbers coming, honey, because a lot of folks don't want to get older and they get exactly what they get. They get exactly what they wish. They die at 25 and 30. I'm trying to live up to be 104. I am. I want to be that grandmother come around. What are you youngins doing around here? What are you youngins? What are you young whippersnappers? What are you? He almost hit me. This person is high as a kite. Where's the police when you need them? See, man, let me tell you something. Y'all know I was supposed to be a cop, right? I be done pulled everybody over. I know. So you come waltzing up in here. I said, you didn't put a note inside of her. And I could hear the lady on the other line, and she was in frantic at the school. I said, no, that's not your fault. You're not the mother. The mother was supposed to be the mama and the daddy was bus stop. Okay, you did your job. She didn't show up, and she was looking like. I said, you know, anything could have happened. You know, this baby can't even barely speak. You know, I was livid. Y'all think you could see the fire coming out of my nostrils. I was livid. How dare you come up in here an hour later? But I just, you thought didn't answer your phone. I called you 5 times because she got your number on there. What was you doing? Y'all, let me calm down. That was my day today. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. That's why me and my mom, we went over with my daughter. She know my number and everything. She about to go ahead and I'm about to get her that daggone washing a jig, all that stuff. Y'all, this is a bad reception area right now, so we about to go out. More of the story of this, the moral of the story is please make sure you put the addresses and everything. She brought her into the office. The woman who was on the sort of bus attendant told her to take the child by her hand and walk her in the house. How you gonna tell another kid to take another kid? How you gonna tell another kid to take a she walking around blazer things or whatever? I know, but like I said, you know, one I can honestly say, the 25-year-olds out here, the 26-year-olds out here, and the 27-year-olds out here. I can say this because I have younger siblings that are like 25 years, like two sets of twins. They're like in there. Yeah, I told you guys. Sorry about that. I'm really, really bad reception over here. that number just kept going up. So the whole purpose of aging is to get older, and hope and pray that you can make it at you can make it to an older age. Not everybody can say, I made it until I was 80. I made it until I was 90. I made it until I was 100. Not everybody can say I made it to 70. You got a lot of these youngins, they're getting killed before they even hit 22. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of folks that's taken out of here before they even get of age. So don't let nobody try to make it look like you, because you've been living, that all of a sudden your value ain't worth a daggone. And now, the people, society just needs to go back to the A's and B's of things, male and female marriage. You'll have more thriving relationships. What I am starting to see, though, which is a good thing, is I'm starting to see husbands and wives team up on TikTok and do funny things together. And it's so funny, heartwarming, and at the same time, it is a sight to see married people together with families, and they're doing things on video. And although they put this out there to for laughter for other folks, it's just really nice to see husbands and wives really teaming up together. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I think it is, and I think a lot of people enjoy seeing a husband and a wife together, just having fun on camera with their families. I think that a lot of folks are waking up to realize that the whole dating thing was just it's BS, and people are going back to, marriage. Let me say, there's so many things to benefit from marriages. There's so many things to benefit. Number one, you wouldn't be broke. You wouldn't be having to wait every 2 weeks for that paycheck to come, especially if you both working. Y'all both putting in the pot. Meaning, all right, bet my paycheck coming this week, we can pay off this bill. Your paycheck coming the other week, we can pay off this bill. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pay the bills off. You go ahead and put in for our vacation. You can do more. Like, you guys are morons for not even trying to be married. Like, for real. You could do so much together. I mean, if it's a great, if you both, work together on it, if you know what I'm saying. You can do so much together. And you know what I'm saying is true too. Let me tell you something. If I had a husband and he was working and I'm working the way I work and the business mind frame that I have, we'll be like, I used to tell my husband, we'll be like Batman and Robin. You'll be Robin, okay? And I would say it as a joke, but there's so many, like, you'll be crazy not to be married. When you're married, you can get more things. When you're married, you can create a business. Two can build faster together. The Bible talks about that. You know what I'm saying? You can do so much. Like, I don't understand. Like, y'all don't even, not even just the whole love, the aspect of being together, but the business mind frame of it. Like, y'all, man. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, man, it would be awesome if I was able to get married again. But then, like I said, my daughter, she is spitting image of her father. But it would have been awesome if, well, I don't know what it would have been like with me and him. But that's say for instance, that's say for example, for instance, if my husband didn't give me, who's beeping the horn? Let's say for instance, if my husband didn't give me the boot and we were both working the way I work right now, please, shopping sprees and chilling. We would be out here traveling. Not, don't get it twisted. Not that I'm not going to make it myself. It's just that it's a little longer. You know what I mean? It just takes me a little longer to clean the front yard and the backyard all by myself until I get to the level I start pointing fingers and telling the help to do it. But you get what I'm saying? Folks that are married, Y'all can win real quick. Like, especially the way this economy is going on like that, it's beneficial for you to have a husband and a wife. A good husband and a wife. When you both, not no lazy bum that's gonna sit there and watch you do everything. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about dead weight. Because we all know that if you don't have a sail in your ship and you got some dead weight just sitting around, it's gonna be hard for that ship to go somewhere. So sometimes you gotta give them the boot to get that wind, to catch that sail and do what you need to do. But for those of you who have been thinking about it and y'all got a team, y'all got a game plan going on, you know your husband is down for it, your wife is down for it. I don't understand why you don't get how special your lives can be. You see what I'm saying? The things that you can do and conquer and create together is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It is. It's phenomenal. You could do a lot, but you gotta want that. If you want to be lazy and watch somebody else struggle, and you ain't even thinking like, this is crazy. You know what? Even if I can, okay, I know my situation. If I had two of me, if I had two of me, like me, do you even know what level I would be on right now? That would be so awesome. Look at me. My imagination is something. Like, if I had two of me, you know what I would be doing right now? I wouldn't even have to ask myself. I'd be like, what? Let's go get these coins. Let's go get the bag. Okay, we gotta go do this. We gotta do. Yeah, it's so funny. Today I met this guy, right? And I was telling him that when I met his mom, because his mom lives where I work at, and she talked about she retired, and I said, "Oh, you retired? You don't have nothing to do. Why don't you go parachute, jump out of a plane, or why don't you get on a hot air balloon?" And he said, "You know what? I got on a hot air balloon." And I had literally been telling my daughter, like, I always be like, "Sweets, let's go on an adventure." And she'd be like, "Really? Where we gonna go?" I'd be like, "This is a surprise." I told you about that last adventure. My wig almost flew. My wig almost flew off on that dag on that roller coaster. And my daughter, the way her face looked, my poor baby, I knew, Mona, what the heck is wrong with you? So anyway, I was like, I know what she gonna like. We're gonna get in the hot air balloon. So I was looking at Merlin hot air balloons, right? The guy gonna tell me, yeah, I got in a hot air balloon on my 40th birthday. So he showed me. I said, that's awesome. He said, what they don't tell you is, those baskets don't have no wheels. And I was like, yeah, they don't have no wheels. He said, so when they land, yeah, he said when they land that hot air balloon, you kind of gotta brace yourself, like you gotta like jump and brace yourself. I'm He said it's not something that you think about when you in the air. Y'all, when he said that, I was like, oh no. What do you mean? So this is like a crash landing? I was like, no thanks, sir. I was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I think we're gonna find another adventure. I think we'll find another one. Because I was gonna surprise her and be like, look, sweet. And she'd be like, what's this? A hot air balloon. But anyway, like this little white thing in front of me. This is a cute. That's a cute little white. Y'all, I got a mommy wagon. I got a mommy van. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you look inside of it, you would think I had 5 kids in the back. And I tell my daughter, Tiffany, your job is to keep the back clean. How is it like this? Because I'm relaxing and playing with my toys. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that, y'all. That's all I have to say about that. Um, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, your value has gone down at all. Now here, whatever ages they you out of who you could be, who you're supposed to be with. Don't let people tell you that you can't do things because you have lost that time when you stop. No, don't, don't. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. That's pretty much all I have right now. Where I'm like, I'm tired of hearing these folks. You know what they say about women, right? You know what they say about women. Women, when they hit 30 and 40, your value has gone. Value, like you talking about money value. Last time I looked, folks are still getting paid salaries out here. What are you talking about, sir? You know, that's all you need some dude to come along and tell your value ain't jack. You ain't this, you not that, you ain't never gonna be this. You ain't never gonna be nothing. Now you 30 years old, you ain't never gonna be nothing. You 40, you ain't never gonna be nothing. You 50, sir, you ain't never gonna be nothing. Who are these jokers to tell you you old and you can't do? Yet the man, where's his wife at? Where's his wife at? Oh, that's right. That's right. He doesn't seem to know. Or he's not married. Or that's right, he put away his wife. You can't take any type of sound advice from men who live a risky lifestyle. Or women for that matter too. Y'all, today was so crisp. When I tell you crisp, it was just like really like it was really like air crisp, everything just crisp today. I was so mad. Am I the only one? I set my daggone iPhone to go off at a certain time, and that thing didn't even go off. I was so mad. It decided to go off when I'm running down the road. I was like, thanks for nothing, iPhone. You did that on purpose. I was running out the door this morning. Put makeup on in the car and all types of things. But now I'm home. But yeah, so don't let nobody tell you you owe. Your value has gone down. Your value has gone down. Once you are a woman in your 30s and your 40s, your value has gone down. That means that the time that you're supposed to have children and the time that you're supposed to, sir, shut up. Shut up. Please be quiet. Please. Where's your wife? Your first wife. Where is she? Until you can find her and make things right and stop committing adultery, you are not fit to teach anybody about value and man and woman when you couldn't even take care of your own household. You see what I'm saying? Some people can't talk to other people about other things when they got a whole bunch of issues going in their own household. You get what I'm saying? You can't take advice from these people. Okay? Some of these people walk around with mirrors. They're worse than Egyptians, okay? Ancient Egyptians. The Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, these people were so cruel. And some of these so-called kings and queens and emperors, when they died, they had living people in their tombs with them. I gotta take y'all with me. Shut up. Like what the, well, we know who did that. Vanity and have you really like walking around here with mirrors? I am the best. I am beautiful. I'm a man, so I can always look beautiful. I don't get it. So what are you going to say to your daughter that's hitting 25 and 30 years old? Her parents, other societies have that way of thinking. They say that, oh, you're not married right now. You're going to be an old maiden. They'll try to marry. You got nasty other societies that try to marry off little babies, man. Like, we get the hell out of here. You know, your mind frame of thinking is so perverse and disgusting that you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You're telling people that, oh, once you hit a certain age, that's it for you. I mean, when you really think about it, in the United States of America, you can't do jack until you're 18. You can't really drink until you're 21. And then already at 9 years from 21, you basically 30. So it's just like you're sitting there telling people you're youthless after that. But then look at you. Where's your wife, sir? Well, me and my wife, it really didn't work out that way. Boy, go again. I do like Mr. Tate. He got some things that he's correct about, but other things, when people, a lot of men miss the bar when it comes with vanity and when it comes with adultery. They miss the bar with that. They will come in. Some of the men out here I see they're really hurting. They're bitter as hell. So they like to go after the ones that hurt them. And if they're in their 30s or 40s, more time, 9 times out of 10, they was dealing with somebody in their 30s and 40s. So now they throwing rocks like you and your kind are just not worth it, you know. But they can't seem to marry. Or if they do get the 20 something odd year old, they still don't. They're still not satisfied with that. You know what I mean? So it goes back to the old times when men used to divorce their women for any and every freaking cause. Y'all can't even have a right commitment with your own freaking wives out here. You get what I'm saying? You cannot right commitment. You can't even commit to your own wife out here. You can't even have your commitment to your wife until death, but then you're trying to tell somebody else what they're supposed to be doing. It is both ways, male and female. It doesn't matter. Here on earth, your bodies are only used to multiply. Okay. After that, you either gonna go eternity to heaven or hell. Pick and choose. But fornicating because you think you got it in your loins to do so is no excuse. Anywho, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me. Man, I hope I ain't messed nothing up. I want to get out of here and get in this house, pick out what I'm going to wear for work tomorrow, see my baby, see what's going on. All right, let me get out of here. Let me see what's going on. What's my... All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night tonight. But don't let nobody tell you you old. Please don't.